I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 183. Just a reminder before we start that you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all the love. Also, we are part of the Gaming Podcast Alliance. Check out all of the fine podcasts featured on there if you're looking for more gaming goodness. That's www.gamingpodcastalliance.com. Our giveaway for September is kicked off and in high gear right now. We kicked it off last week. We're doing something a little bit different. We have a secret code that we will be revealing every episode, all September long. Each episode has a unique secret code, so listen for when we give that out, and you can be entered to win one copy of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake for the Nintendo Switch. So, when you hear that code, please DM us, message us, or email us at info@ratedgforgamers.com with the secret code, and you will be entered. You are able to enter once per episode or once per secret code. Good luck to everyone who enters. I'm your host, Dave Rotino, and this is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster formerly known as Classic Robinson.
What's going on, man?
Dan, it is the end of the summer. You know, and I know, it's the best time of the year. Fall is here.
It's Christmas.
No. Christmas.
It's Christmas season.
No. The amateurs say Christmas season. The amateurs say winter is the best time of the year because you get Christmas, you get a bunch of gifts, you get some time off if you're in school. No. Fall is the best time of year, Dan. I'm telling you. It's football season, right? It's hoodie season, right? You optional jacket weather. It's fantastic. You have Halloween, like my favorite holiday of all time.
Well, in video games, in video games, this is Christmas. This is good. We're gearing up, baby.
Well,
all the holiday releases start in September.
This is true. This is true.
All the big releases start September.
September really kicks it off.
Okay. All right. Because last month was your birthday, I'm gonna give you a late birthday gift.
Oh.
Okay. I am not gonna cringe. I'm gonna say it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead.
It's Christmas 1.
Oh, that's right.
I mean,
that's right.
It's Christmas 1.
That's right. It's Christmas 1, Dan. You got it right.
I'm not going to cringe. I'm not going to cringe because I'm saying it wrong.
You acquiesced. Because there's a Christmas 2, there has to be a Christmas 1, right? Everyone knows that March kind of kicks off Christmas 2. It used to be the dead zone after Christmas. It was a joke. All the games that couldn't make the holiday deadline would come dribbling out at the beginning of next year. And the good games didn't come out till maybe April or May, right? Now March is like, that's when the Nintendo Switch dropped. It's when Breath of the Wild came out. It's when Horizon Zero Dawn came out. Days Gone, right? That came out. Oh, it's a good time. It's a good time. Cyberpunk's coming out in Christmas 2 next year. It's a glorious time.
I'm gonna cringe just once.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I know it took all your willpower to do that, and I appreciate that.
When you look back at all the Xboxes, what do you call the first Xbox?
It's Xbox, the original Xbox. Well, you can't call it Xbox One because there's an Xbox One. Otherwise, you would just call it Xbox One or the first Xbox, like people did when the 360 was out. All right. Microsoft is all about this like 360 circle unity type thing, right? Which is why we're purporting that the next Xbox is going to be Xbox Prime. So it's just good science.
I think they're gonna have is gonna be nicknamed XP. Like I call the Xbox One X1.
Oh yeah,
XP.
yeah.
And then XP, and it brings it all back full circle, right? XP.
Yes, it does.
Windows. It was the best operating system for ever.
solid operating system.
Anyway,
fun fact. ATM machines, most of them still run off Windows XP operating system.
Really? I didn't know that. That I did not know.
The sad thing is that they stopped supporting it in terms of security patches.
Maybe we shouldn't be saying this.
No, it's common knowledge. It's common knowledge.
Hack an ATM.
Look. Anyone who's got any sort of hacking salt whatsoever knows about this already. All right.
Well, I saw something online today where somebody posted a video from Ireland where someone came in the middle of the night with a bulldozer and took the ATM. He crashed whatever the little encasing it was in.
Yeah.
And then scooped it up and drove off in a bulldozer.
Oh my God, those things are really hard to open.
They are. Well, I mean, if you have a bulldozer, you could crush it.
I know. That's insane.
But if you still I mean, this is also common knowledge. If you steal from a bank, right? When they have the armored cars, right? You got to open the bag a certain way, or this die will explode.
Oh, the die packs. Oh yeah.
And they should have that. They should have that in every ATM, like a die pack. So if you try to, if you unless you have a key, if you try to bulldoze your way in, the die pack will explode.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, but anyway, Dave, how was your weekend?
My weekend was all right, Dan. It's even though it's the best time of the year, garage sale season is winding down. I tried to run around, pick up some games, and I came up short. Man. I was hustling on Craigslist. I was trying to make connects. People were not in the game selling spirit. I will tell you that. There were people who had games. They did not want to sell those games, and I'll say that.
2019 was a bad garage season in my view. I think.
Really? Okay.
I went to less than a handful of garage sales, and it was just nothing. It was nothing. I've been to Goodwill's, nothing. I'm starting to see.
I mean, nothing as in they had Wii Fit and Wii Music and maybe some copies of Gears of War, right?
I barely see those now. I mean, I have seen this gen. I've seen this gen. Right?
Yeah. Xbox One's pretty common now. We're starting to become common.
Yeah, but I'm starting to see the Maddens. You know, Maddens. 2016, 17. But I'm barely seeing any Wii games, anything of worth to pick up. I barely see any sports games. I don't see anything.
Wow, hell, man! I picked up my GBA e-reader at a garage sale. I had to travel for it, but I got it. And I even had to prod them for it because they didn't have it out with their stuff. I'm like, do you have any more stuff inside? Right? That's always a good question to ask. CJR on YouTube taught me that very valuable fact because nobody ever really realizes what they have and what they should be selling or what they can sell. And sometimes they'll be like, yeah, we have video games, and it'll be like, oh yeah, this is my son's old Wii. Forgetting that they may have a bunch of Super Nintendo games, or they may have GBA games or a GBA e-reader, and then they'll end up coming out with more stuff, and I'm like, yeah, bring it out. So I don't know.
Okay. Well, my weekend it's been pretty chill. I am packing because I'm going on vacation.
You've been gearing up for vacation, yeah.
Well, listen, I was supposed to go to Bahamas last week. but after Hurricane Dorian,
Bahamas
no longer exists. The hurricane.
I know.
The Bahamas no longer exists. Rest in peace.
I know. It's a sad state. Everything just decimated down there.
I know.
Which is bad, but.
So I had to pivot and make other plans, but I'm going somewhere. I'm leaving. I'm leaving New York for a week. So
yeah, all right, awesome. So I
plan on taking my Switch with me. I'm planning to take my Switch.
I was gonna ask. I'm assuming you did some shopping for some vacation clothes today too, right? I'm sure that happened.
Well, I went shopping last week and got like trunks and all this other stuff that I'm not gonna be able to use because. Here's the funny thing. I'll say this real quick.
Sure.
I was going to Bahamas. That didn't happen. I looked at other islands that were nowhere near in the path of the storm or the hurricane.
Sure.
All the prices got inflated by $1,000.
Oh yeah, right. Because those are the only games in town now, right? They're safe non-hurricane zones, right? That just makes sense.
Yeah.
It sucks for you as the traveler, right? You got to get the brunt end of that, but it's a good business tactic, as crappy as it is. All right.
So a trip that should only cost like $2,300 now is going up to $35.
Right.
So it's like,
man.
no, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that.
Yeah. So I passed on that.
All right.
Something that happened that was really exciting. I saw the Bad Boys trailer. Bad Boys for Life. Bad Boys 3, baby.
What you
gonna do?
You love Martin Lawrence. You love Will Smith. You love them teaming up.
Whoa. Rewind. I don't love Martin Lawrence. I don't love Will Smith. I love Martin Lawrence and Will Smith together in Bad Boys.
I see.
For life.
I see.
I love Bad Boys. Listen, the first one.
I like the first one.
First one was incredible. I was in high school.
Had a great soundtrack too.
I was in junior high school.
Yeah.
Junior high school when the first one came out. The second one was good, except when they went to Cuba. They lost me when they went to Cuba.
They went off the rails towards the end. Yeah.
I was in the movie theater, hyped, excited. I was like, "This is awesome." And then they went to Cuba, and I was like, "What? No, no. Listen, I understand it's a movie. I understand." In a movie, it's not real, but it has to have a sense of realism, right? And at that point in time, breaking international law, breaking so many international laws, going to Cuba, that would have started an actual war.
Yeah, right.
So, it was like unbelievable. Yes, I know. Having a shootout, driving a car, jumping out of the car, having a car land directly on the bad guys. I could believe that more than I could believe them going to Cuba at that point in time.
Well, I tell you, if you don't like the movie, you're definitely not going to like the video game.
I didn't play. I have Bad Boys. The first, I think it was Bad Boys.
Bad Boys Miami Takedown.
No. There wasn't a game for the first movie.
I don't think so. I mean, the first movie came out in '95, so if there were to be a game, it'd be like Super Nintendo, Genesis, maybe PlayStation. But,
so maybe I am thinking about the same game.
Miami Takedown is the one. It was PlayStation and GameCube.
You know what? I have that for the PS2.
It's terrible.
I haven't played it yet.
You should pop it in because you love Bad Boys so much. You have to experience. You have to get the full Bad Boys experience.
I gotta get the full Bad Boys experience for life, baby.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So they have this new trailer, right? And it looks good.
The trailer's awesome.
Looks good.
The trailer's awesome. Will the movie be awesome? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, is Michael Bay directing again? Is that is he back on board?
I don't think he's back on board.
Oh, all right. So maybe it'll be a little more grounded. Won't necessarily just be about all the explosions, like as in a typical Michael Bay movie that has zero plot but a ton of action.
No, he's not on this.
Oh, he's not. Interesting. Wow. I wonder why.
Well, look at Bad Boys 2.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, understand why.
Sure.
Listen, you hate that game. You hate that movie. But I really like the movie.
It's not good. It's not as good as the first one. The first one's pretty solid.
Well, I'll give you that. Well, a lot of movies aren't as good as the first one.
But I mean, like, Guardians 2 is good,
Guardians 2 isn't as good as the first Guardians.
Yeah, but it's still great, though.
It's a good movie.
Just because it's not as good doesn't mean it's bad. I'm saying Bad Boys 2 is just not a good movie. You know, whether it's a sequel or not it doesn't necessarily have bearing here.
Again, the movie was really good until they went to Cuba, and then that's when they got 2 thumbs down. That killed.
That's a crucial plot point, though. You know, movie's not over yet.
So I don't know. Well, let's switch gears. Let's talk about Ninja. Because we've talked about. I gotta be honest. Ninja his claim to fame was playing Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean he was and still is the number 1 streamer, right?
Yes, by all accounts, yes. And we both weren't big on Fortnite. I knew about Ninja. Proud of him being the first gamer on the cover of ESPN.
Yeah,
we talked about.
Or wait, no, Sports Illustrated or ESPN magazine?
No, it was ESPN.
ESPN. Okay.
Yeah, and then we talked about him getting the Adidas deal. Which is awesome. All more power to him with this new contract with Microsoft and Mixer. But with much power comes more responsibility.
With great power comes great responsibility. You gotta get
my
the quote
version
right.
better.
You gotta get the quote right.
better.
I like my version paraphrasing better. Uncle Ben.
Okay, how about this? Come
on.
All right,
come on.
Let's try this again.
Oh boy, here we go. Take 2.
With big money from Microsoft comes more responsibility.
Oh, it's getting worse, Dan. It's getting worse.
There we go. All
right.
So not only does he, he streams Fortnite, but now he put out that he was streaming Gears 5.
Which is crazy. Is crazy because he has tried to do other games before, and his numbers don't do well when he doesn't stream Fortnite. All right.
Well, no, he doesn't. His numbers don't do as well. They do pretty good. They do better than the average streamer. But
but I mean, he's on a whole nother level. He needs to maintain like very high numbers, right?
Yeah.
Because he's got all these big sponsorships and whatnot. So sure, for the average streamer, like they're still great numbers. But yeah. I guess if you want to compare his Fortnite numbers, which would be Bad Boys, with his other streaming numbers, which would be Bad Boys 2, not as good.
Not as good, but still not as great, but it's still good.
Oh, sure. If we were streaming and we had those numbers, we'd take him in a heartbeat.
But it's funny, like he's streaming Gears 5 campaign. I don't think that's by choice. Even though I don't think he minds it, but I think they made it very clear, hey, we want you to promote, the first party games to your audience. Of course.
Microsoft knew what they were doing when they got him on board. It's not completely out of his wheelhouse because it is a first person shooter, but it's just not Fortnite. Yeah.
Yeah, but he usually does multiplayer games. He's playing a campaign. He's not even playing multiplayer.
Right, which is a little weird.
I guess they really wanted to play like trying to promote this game. Which I got to tell you, it's about time we get an Xbox One exclusive, and it's like I am no pun intended geared up to play.
That's the second time you said that. You said at the beginning, let's switch gears, and you just let it go.
Let's
I'm not sure if you realized.
No, I realized it.
Okay.
I put emphasis on it.
All right. Yeah, it was subtle. I just wanted to bring that to light. It was very nice.
I know we talked about the garage sale scene being sort of dried up. But did you get any good pickups at all? Did you find any good pickups this week?
I got some pickups, Dan, if that's what you're asking. I did pick up Adventure Time. Don't ask me what the subtitle is because they have very weird titles. But whatever the last Adventure Time game was for the 3DS, I picked that up. For a couple bucks at a GameStop, which was pretty solid. Bust a Move Universe, I got super cheap. That's right, Bust a Move, known as Puzzle Bobble in Japan. They decided to call it Bust a Move here. I don't know why. I guess because it sounds more edgy, more 90s. Who knows? But I got that for the DS, and then
why did they think they didn't name it Rockman in the U.S.?
Yeah, right.
They call it Mega Man, not Rockman.
Yeah, right. Because Mega is better than Rock, apparently. And then courtesy of the Ramshackle podcast, who we are now new Instagram friends, they were selling off some of their collections. So I picked up Secret of Evermore, complete in box with the protector for the Super Nintendo. That it's a little bit of a holy grail. It goes for a decent amount of money. And Super Dodgeball for the NES, a game that needs a sequel. Come on, Nintendo, or Technos, I guess, if they're still around.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So how about you?
Well, I told you let's switch gears.
Yeah.
I'm geared up.
I
picked
what
up
are you trying to
Gears
say,
5.
Dan? What are you trying to say?
I picked up Gears 5.
Wait a minute. So I tried to pick up Gears yesterday because everybody was like, let's play Gears Online. Let's do the escape mode. Let's do the 5v5 horde mode or whatever, And nobody wanted to sell me the game. How did you get a copy of Gears 5, Dan?
Cheap plug. Video Games New York.
There you go.
Just got to call and reserve, and as soon as they get the shipment in, they will sell it to you.
So technically the game drops Tuesday. Some places will sell it to you early, like Video Games New York. That's a pro move right there. Local, support your local game shops.
And I got a surprise package in the mail. I finally got the Messenger on the Switch.
There you go.
I ordered this. I don't even remember when I ordered this game.
I do, because I was like, hey Dan, you're gonna flip your lid because you can order the Messenger, the physical copy of that game, and you jump right on it.
It was everywhere. It was like Super Rare Games and Limited Run.
Special Reserve, yeah.
Special Reserve, yeah. Everyone had that.
Yep.
So I ordered it online. I got it finally. I think it comes with the DLC. I haven't popped it.
That's what I was just going to ask. I think they delayed it because of that.
I know the Celeste game, the physical, is being delayed because of the DLC. And,
I think this is the same thing.
Even Cuphead, you can buy it on the Switch, but they will be releasing Cuphead physically on the Switch and Xbox One. But I think they delayed that because they have DLC coming out for it.
That's right.
If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong about that, about Cuphead, but I think I'm right about that.
Yeah. So I mean, that's it's good because I know. You've certainly rallied against this, and it's a very good point about the fact that when we go to the all-digital universe, if the license goes away or for some reason they take it off the store, this and that, like, you can't play the game anymore, right? So if you have the digital copy of the game, like sometimes they have copy protection on there or whatever, you have to sign in to a server to like confirm your purchase, like if those servers go down, all this stuff, right? So it's great to see games like The Messenger and Celeste and Cuphead have everything on the disc, right? Everything up until that point is like, here it is.
So, and then it takes me to games like Wolfenstein and Youngblood, where it's just a code in a box. And take that. And, what did The Rock used to say? Shine it up real nice, turn that some bitch sideways, and stick it straight up their candy asses at Bethesda. I wanted to buy it on the Switch, but it's just a download code.
Yep.
It's just a box.
Yep.
Cuphead 3 years ago was just a cardboard box on shelves with a code in it.
That's right.
I was so pissed.
It's criminal,
PUBG.
man. It's criminal.
PUBG. I have PUBG for the Xbox. You know what I have? I don't have a disc.
You have a download code.
I have a piece of cardboard.
That's right.
With all my game cases.
That's right.
But I do have Fortnite on a disc for Xbox One.
There you go.
It was the only out of all Fortnite on PlayStation, Fortnite on Switch, all download codes. But the Fortnite on Xbox, definitely it was on a disc.
Yeah, interesting.
Last holiday season, because it came with that Frozen DLC or whatever.
That's right. I still see that kicking around every now and again.
I would love to get the original Fortnite when it first launched on PS4. Or
that's
Xbox
the super
One.
rare one, isn't it?
That's the one that's like $150.
Yep.
So, but I got the Messenger. It actually didn't. It was not just. It came in like sort of a special edition packaging, which was awesome, and it came with two art books. They're both the same. You get the one regular art book that's in the Switch pack, and you get like this the other manual. I should say manual, not art book. A manual that comes in a Switch pack.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the manual with the super premium cardboard. So I don't even want to open it and touch it and bend it because I don't want it to break.
Super premium cardboard. Jeez, it sounds like Nintendo Labo.
Get that good quality Labo cardboard for your manual. So I got that. So Dave, as we always try to start the show but epically fail, what have you been playing?
We do epically fail, Dan. We've been a little better, I think, this episode than other episodes.
This is episode 180. This is episode 183.
That's right, episode 183.
We've epically failed like 90 times.
I'm just saying, on average, I think we've hit, because I'm looking at the time codes here every time we get up to this particular point. I'm just looking at the
90% of the time, I think we epically fail. Yes.
Fair enough. Well, I'm glad you asked that question, Dan, because I am playing Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Wow.
You remember, I was talking about that last week, and I was like on the fence about getting it, this and that, and I came into some money. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. Why not? And that's where I got that, and the Mega Man games, and the Hyrule Warriors. All right, so I bought them all together. I've only cracked open Fire Emblem so far because, it's a big game. And it's certainly got replayability. You can essentially replay it with New Game Plus up to 3 other times. So, probably going to do that. Still on my first playthrough so far. So, yeah. And I have also been playing Stunt Race Effects, talking about the retro scene. Where I've been playing that, well, I think we're going to talk about that a little later in the show. So, I won't necessarily divulge the platform just yet. But, man, that game is good. The frame rate sucks, but the game is still fun.
Okay. So
how about you, Dan? What have you been playing?
So I've played a little bit of Gears 5. I'm still in the tutorial, so I don't even know if that really constitutes as playing it. But
well, I mean, you've opened the game up, popped it in, and downloaded all the patches. So
I was so excited when I saw Dave Bautista. He's in Gears 5. He's like sort of he takes over for Marcus Phoenix in the multiplayer. You can play as him in the multiplayer part in that horde mode as well. He has a bunch of wrestling references, and he looks right at home, like in the suit and everything. Of
course, he's perfect for that game.
He's been lobbying to play Marcus Phoenix in the movie for like the last 8 years.
Oh, I would 100%. Yeah, make that happen.
I would love to see him in a movie, and I would love for them to make like a side game. I know people hated Judgment. I like Judgment. It was okay. It wasn't as bad as people thought, but I would like to see them make a side game. Maybe not Gears 6 just yet. Maybe like Gears Asylum or something like that with Dave Bautista in the game. That would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
In the story, in the campaign.
I would definitely play that.
That would be awesome, because I'm not going to play as Dave Bautista in Gears 5 because I'm never going to touch the multiplayer part.
You got to get on. You got to get on with me and our crew and play a little bit. We don't normally do stuff with randos. It's just us, right? So you don't have to worry about like the skill level and all that. We're like real casual about the matter. You got to come on and play so you can experience the Dave Bautista multiplayer character.
Because I'm a big I love wrestling. Again, I wish we could turn this. I wish we could turn rated G into like rated GW.
GW. That doesn't make any sense.
Rated games wrestling, kind of. Make it half wrestling podcast.
Look. I'm not. I would love to talk about wrestling too. Maybe we have a sister podcast,
and we can talk about AEW, all that stuff.
There you go.
So, but no, I've played a little bit of Gears 5. I've played Astral Chain. I played the heck out of Astral Chain.
You were loving Astral Chain, aren't you?
I'm still loving Astral Chain.
I am now severely thinking about getting Astral Chain because I was kind of like, I know it's Platinum Games, and Platinum Games makes Platinum Games. Bayonetta 1 and 2 are like gold, right? We don't necessarily talk about the PS3 version, but Bayonetta for the Xbox was great. The Switch port was great. The Wii U port was great. Bayonetta 2 was fantastic. You know, they definitely make good games, but I'm like, is this game really going to be that like crazy? Have to go out and get it right now? And from what you've been saying and what the internet's been saying, like, I think I have to get it.
It's funny because if you look at the scores, like the user scores, the user scores, I think they've been fixed recently because they were like a 2. Only because
what happened?
people were review bombing because it only came out on the Switch.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? People were so petty. People were so petty. Yeah. You can't do that.
Beat 'em up. Woods from Beat 'em Up actually took a look at a lot of the people who scored it like a 0 and stuff. Yeah. And he saw that they scored all of Nintendo games 0s. In all of PlayStation games like a 10. So they're just mad that it's not on. They're mad that it's
not on PlayStation or not on Xbox. PlayStation.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You know what?
Stupid.
Be mad at Sony. Be mad at Microsoft for not funding these games, right?
Bayonetta, I think, was Xbox 360 exclusive at first when it first came out, and then it got ported to PS3, and that port sucked.
It did.
And then it didn't do great on Xbox, so they didn't fund it anymore. And Nintendo stepped in and said, "We think this is a great game. It did great in Japan."
So there you go. So that's on you, the player, not picking up the first Bayonetta, which forced Nintendo to be like, well, you know what? Like, we'll fund your game for you, but it's got to be exclusive on our system. And look how well it did, right? Bayonetta 2 was fantastic, and it had a lot of Nintendo-specific costumes. It was great. So, of course, they're going to be buddy-buddy with Nintendo, and they're going to make Astral Chain on Nintendo. Just buy a Switch if you really want to play the game. They don't want to play the game. They're just angry.
Again, my only, and I don't want to rehash everything last week, but my only issue with the game is that you have a silent protagonist and you don't have a personality at all.
You're not about that. You like having a guy with a voice or a girl with a voice.
Well, tell me. I want my character to have a voice, so I can either disagree with it or be like, hell yeah, hell yeah.
That's interesting.
You tell me.
That's interesting. Right.
You know, or I can be like, no, don't say that. I would never say that. Like, I want to have a reaction. Right?
Sure.
Like, it's just like watching a movie where every time you watch a movie, you put yourself in the movie, right? I think psychologically, like, everyone picks a character they really like because they see themselves in that character.
Yeah, it's something that you can relate to, right? It's the mark of a good movie, I think, right? Characters are relatable.
And you're like, no, I would never do that. Don't do that. You're my favorite character.
Right? All right, don't go in that closet. You're going to die. And then what do? They die.
Or you'd be like, yeah. I can't do that to my boss, but damn it, I'm happy he did it because I'm living vicariously through this fictional character that somebody wrote that I'm super related to. So I hate having a silent protagonist. I'm not gonna spoil the story for you because
please don't.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Well, more importantly,
I'm
not
like
just
15. I played like maybe like 5 hours of it, and I'm like maybe like 15% of the story. I've scratched.
Not just me, Dan. Right?
The fans. I know.
The fans.
However, the listeners. However, I will say, it looks like they're about to pivot, and there's going to be a twist to where, I'm a cop fighting monsters with a monster on my chain that's attached to my arm by a chain. All right. I think the story is going to take a turn, and it seems that way. Like, the story is going to take a turn and get really interesting. So, am I a good guy? Am I a bad guy? I don't know.
Could be some gray area stuff. Yeah,
could be some gray area stuff.
I get down with that.
So, all right. I'm just telling you, you got to get the game.
Of course.
It's a buy, right? What? A lot of YouTubers don't even give it a score. They do it as a buy, rent, or sell, or wait.
Buy, rent, sell.
Or wait for a discount. Buy.
Right.
This is a buy.
Straight 100%. Buy. All right. There you go. You heard it here first, folks.
I've been playing a little bit of Damien X Machina.
Demo. Yeah,
demo.
yeah. You're trying to get into it before it comes out.
I'm trying to get into it. Your progress does, save and
It does carry over. Yeah.
Carry over. I've played 2 worlds so far. I don't even know how long the demo is, to be honest. So far, I've only beat 2 worlds. I don't even know if I can go forward. But the visuals, 1,000% better than the first demo.
Yeah, that much better. I've only played the first demo and I was pretty impressed, but I'm glad they put a little more polish.
Download this demo. 1,000%. The visuals 1,000%. When we first had the first demo, I was like, the visuals are kind of
Yeah.
meh. I feel like I'm playing. No offense, but I felt like I was playing a Atari Jaguar game.
Oof! Come on now, Dan. Let's not go crazy. Let's not go crazy.
All right. Okay. All right. Panasonic 3DO.
Nice.
But the visuals a lot better. Feels smoother. Feels responsive in the mech. I'm digging it. I don't know if I'm gonna spend $60 for it though. Another Switch exclusive. Switch is just bringing out exclusives, man, left and right.
Yeah, so, as they should.
I'm thinking about buying.
Nintendo doing no wrong right now.
Put it this way. Prior to the demo, I was not buying this game day one. This was sell. I'll wait till it goes extremely on discount. After playing the demo, I'm thinking about buying it.
Yeah.
If I can buy it, I will buy it. Probably.
Okay.
All right. But I've been playing the best game ever made, the best Mario game ever made as well, and that is Super Mario World.
Here we go again, Dan with the wrong opinion and me with the right opinion. But you know what? I'm going to be the bigger man and let Dan have his day. That's fine. I won't say anything about it.
Where I've been playing it? We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Oh, I think me and you may be aligned on our platform of choice for Super Nintendo games.
Yes. So I want to try to beat Gears the campaign, right before I leave for vacation. I didn't even know if I could get Gears, but I got Gears early. Before I knew I can get Gears, I really wanted to play. I wanted to get back into Days Gone before I went on vacation. However, obviously, I've kiboshed that. I've put that to the side. I'm not. I'll get into Days Gone whenever I get back, hopefully.
Correct.
But it seems to be a trend with all Sony first-party exclusives. Looks like Days Gone is going to get a new game plus, where you get 2 additional difficulty modes if you choose to.
Nice. That's fantastic.
If you want to play Days Gone Souls, as I say, you can. So it seemed they did that with God of War. They did that with Spider-Man. Just all the big first-party exclusive games. I think they even did that with Uncharted and Horizon Zero Dawn. So
they're basically giving you more content in the way of extra difficulty levels, which is good. Anything new is good, right? Because it wasn't there before. Whether you're going to use it or not is that's up to you. Maybe you don't want the extra challenge. Maybe you just like, well, I played the game already. I'm good. But the fact that they're supporting this beyond the initial release is pretty solid. And I get behind that.
But all right, well, the other side of the spectrum, Kojima said Death Stranding is going to have a very easy mode for fans who just want to experience the story. And I love this. I'm all about this because we talked about this endlessly before. We had all Souls games: Demon Soul, Dark Souls, Bloodborne. What was the game that came out this year?
Sekiro was the latest one that really got everybody's panties in a bunch.
They need to have easy mode to the hard mode, just like and I think there should be easy mode and a hard mode. So if the game's too easy, it should be a hard mode. So this game apparently is going to be really hard, but he's going to put an easy mode for people like me who really want to experience the story and don't really have time to dedicate to super hard games.
See, you and me obviously differ on opinions on this. You have some strong opinions on it.
Until we die, we will differ.
Well, I mean, I see where you're coming from, and I see where a lot of people are coming from about this. I think a game like Death Stranding should have an easy mode. And the reason, and I think you just mentioned it in like the headline, is has a very easy mode for movie fans, right? And basically what Kojima is saying, and what Kojima has done ever since the first Metal Gear on Nintendo, is that he's really pushing the boundaries and trying to create this cinematic experience, right? Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation 1, the whole opening intro played out like a James Bond movie, right? You come up and you're like sneaking up on this base, and you're like coming up through the water, and then like you get out, and then like boom, you get a call on the codec, and like, all right, the commander's talking to you, and you're like, all right, Snake, here's what you got to do. And it's like, holy shit, like this is a whole nother thing now. Like this has just become like next level gaming, right? This is like, it feels like a movie. All of the Metal Gear Solid games are like that. Now with like Death Stranding, there's a lot of good stuff in this game, right? And you could get locked out of it because the difficulty is too high. So for a game like this, like I am 100% behind like easy mode. Like, sure, and Kojima found a way to do it. Like, and I think he's the one who put it in there, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's an important factor. The game developer said, "Look, this game needs to be enjoyed by a bunch of people. We found a way to put easy mode in there so that you can still have an experience playing the game, and you won't miss out on any of the content in the game." Right? So yeah, I'm 100% behind this. I'm 100% behind this. Question is, are you going to put it on very easy mode, or are you going to try and play it on hard mode or the normal mode?
I'm gonna have it on its normal mode, and which is probably gonna be hard, and then I'll just dial it back if it's something that's gonna take me too long to if I get stuck somewhere. But I understand your argument, and you can argue. I think you have a valid argument with all the Souls games and Bloodborne, where there's a story, but there's not that much of a story, right? I think Sekiro is a different beast, because everyone's raving about the story of Sekiro if you can actually, get through the game. So I think that game, out of if not any other game, Sekiro is a game that needs to have an easy mode, because I know we're gonna get Ghost of Tsushima at some point, but Sekiro, I love that whole ancient samurai, ancient time with samurais. I love that time period, and I would love to know what kind of story they have in that, but I'll never know because I'm never going to play that game. I'll buy it when it's $10, but I'm probably going to, just like Bloodborne, spend an hour trying to get through the first level and then quit later.
Hey, man, it makes the ending that much more satisfying when you get to the end, and it's a tough game.
All right, but why don't we take a break? And we're going to do something different this week. When we come back, we're going to dive deep into the Nintendo Direct. And we're back. All right, let's get into...
Whoa. Hold up, Dan. You're getting ahead of yourself here. It's secret code time.
Oh!
You give away secret code time for the copy of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch, the remake. And our secret code is Princess Zelda. So, take that code, DM us, message us, or email us at info@ratedgforgamers.com. You can hit us up on social media at RatedG4Gamers on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Hit us up with that message, and you will gain one entry into the contest.
All right. Well, remember, Princess Zelda, not just Zelda. If you say Zelda, you will be wrong. So it's Princess Zelda specifically. So, all right, Dave. Let's get into the Nintendo Direct. It happened. You know what? You know why
it happened.
It happened.
don't
it
be
did.
so glowing.
It really
don't
did.
be so glowing about it.
It really did happen.
Yeah.
I can't say it didn't happen because it happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You know what I love about the Nintendo Direct? They never really tell you, hey, we're going to have a Direct in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They say, hey, we got a Direct. And it's tomorrow. it's tomorrow.
They just like stealth drop them. Yeah.
So I love that's what I love about the Directs.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they started off the Direct. This Direct was a meaty Direct. It was super meaty. It was like 42 minutes long.
There was a lot of info.
But I think the back end of the Direct was there wasn't really the Direct. It was somewhat padded, just like 2 E3s ago, because they talked about Smash Brothers for like 70% of the Direct.
I had 70. Try 90.
Yeah,
it's basically a Smash Brothers presentation.
Yeah, but they started off the Direct with a bang. The worst kept secret, Overwatch, is confirmed for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had that leak. I think we talked about it last week, where they somebody posted up a Switch case that was Overwatch branded, right? And that led us to speculate, like, hey,
it was officially a Nintendo.
Yeah. It was an official Nintendo product and all that. Somebody ended up leaking that, so this would have been a much bigger surprise if we didn't have that leak, right?
Yeah, and I think they would have ended the conference with that if it wasn't for the fact that it was already kind of leaked. Yeah,
and it's certainly something that people were speculating for a while. Certainly something that people want, at least in my opinion. I think it's a good proposition that Overwatch is on the Switch now, or will be on the Switch, I should say. It's going to be a little bit pared down, I think. 900p in dock mode, 720p in handheld mode. It is only going to be 30 frames a second, which is good. I think people wanted 60. Considering that this game is like 3 years old now. I think it came out in 2016.
It has its own esports league. So
it has its own esports league. That's right. It's a good game. It's solid. I think it's going to do pretty well.
Will they have crossplay though?
To be determined.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Well, that is a very good question.
The question is, will it have crossplay at PlayStation? I'm sure they'll have crossplay with Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, if they can kind of make that work. Yeah. I think it actually kind of makes sense, because you're like console to console. PC to console is where you get a little bit of the difference, right? Because the mouse is a completely different type of input. You can go from point to point almost instantaneously, where if you slam on an analog stick, it takes, there's kind of momentum involved, so it takes a little bit to get there. So,
all right, the biggest, I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says, the biggest announcement that they had wasn't Overwatch.
Yep.
It was SNES games were announced for Nintendo Online.
I think I would kind of agree, Dan. Everybody has been clamoring for it for a while.
Finally.
Everybody knew it was coming. It was just a matter of when, right? Even if there was like no other rumors, no nothing, no rumblings, no kind of digging into the source code to find these things. They've had it before. They had it on the Wii Shop. They had it on the Wii U eShop. They had it on the 3DS. Like, they've done these before. Just put them on the Switch already,
Yeah. Well, they're on the Switch, and they were out the next day.
Right.
And this is where I've been playing the best Mario game ever made, if not the best game ever made, Super Mario World.
Uh-huh.
I've been playing it on the Switch.
I've
been playing it on the Switch. I beat this game when I was a kid on the Super Nintendo. I beat this game on the Wii U. I beat it on the Wii U.
Yeah.
Because I got it in the Wii, the eShop for Wii U. I beat this game on the SNES Classic, and now I'm going to beat this game on the Switch.
There you go, five-time Super Mario champ over here. You're a regular Booker T, Dan.
There we go.
That's awesome. Obviously, this is where I've been playing Stunt Race FX, because it's the first time. It's the first time that this game has been ported to any other console, which is really surprising to me.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never played this game. Now I can.
Yeah, it's fun. Like, the frame rate is about as good as Star Fox, which is to say it's like 10 to 15 frames, maybe. It's pretty choppy, but it's playable. It's fun. It's fun.
You know what I don't like about the presentation? I mean, I love the fact that we got SNES games, and we're getting 20 of them, by the way. And I'll get into the some of them in a minute. The thing I don't like is it's a separate app from the NES games. I would have liked it just to be. I would have liked it if it was just Nintendo Online.
One giant online, and then you can filter by the different consoles, maybe, right?
Yeah. It's two separate apps. I don't like that.
I do agree, because it's funny, because I opened up the NES app assuming that there would be new games in there.
Me too. I did too.
And there was new Nintendo games, because I haven't fired it up in a while.
New games I never downloaded.
Right, but there wasn't any Super Nintendo one. I'm like, wait a minute. And it took a second to get there, because I was like, I tried to look it up in the eShop, and it wasn't very intuitive. I had to go to the news to let me know that you can now get Super Nintendo games, and then it had a link to the page to download it. So yeah, if that news article wasn't there, I don't think I would be playing Super Nintendo games right now.
I agree. It's
so I'm with you.
Just weird. It should just be one app. Don't make it the NES Nintendo Online app. It's just the
make
Nintendo,
it Nintendo
Online app.
Exactly. Because N64 is probably going to be coming, right?
We're gonna and then GameCube, and then Wii, and then we're gonna have 5 different apps to play all these games.
Right, exactly. Like, why?
So
why?
weird.
What's the difference? It's just an interface to get to the game, right? The code is obviously going to be whatever it needs to be to boot the game up, but the way to get to it should be from one like standard source.
So
too much.
The 20 games from the jump. Love that part.
It's pretty solid.
It's pretty solid. I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna call out the ones that stand out to me. I don't know. You can always, call out the ones.
Well, there's
a game that you love.
There's a good amount of games that it's not just a clone of the NES Classic, right?
No, but
that's what I mean.
love. We got F-Zero, which I love the original F-Zero game. We got Pilot Wings, Star Fox.
Yep.
You're playing Stunt Racer FX.
That's right. First time.
First time. Well, I haven't played through all of these games. I've only been playing Super Mario World.
Well,
they got Super Mario World 2, which it really isn't Super Mario World 2. It really should have just been Yoshi's Island.
Oh, boy. Let's not get into that again.
No, we're not going to get into that. Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Wow, that's a surprise that they have that there.
Well, that was on the NES, the SNES Classic too.
It was on the NES, SNES, and Genesis.
Well, yeah, no, but I mean, just like I'm not that surprised by that
because the PSP
they've had it around. Yeah, they've had it around for a bit. But
then we got Super Metroid,
of course,
100%. After I beat Super Mario World, I got to go into Super Metroid.
Yeah.
Super Puyo Puyo 2.
Super Puyo Puyo 2, right? Which is technically Kirby's Avalanche, right? This is the Japanese version, which is branded as Super Puyo Puyo. But the Americanized version, I believe, was Kirby's Avalanche. They just kind of reskinned it. So
it can have, they can have a name that we recognize over here.
I don't know why they just didn't put Kirby's Avalanche on there, because it's essentially the same game. It's a little weird. Because it's the only one that's like Japanese specifically, right? Or has that Japanese style box art, because we never got that here.
Correct.
I don't know.
We got Super Tennis, which was supposed to be Mario Tennis originally. I mean, they did Mario Tennis N64.
Oh, that's interesting.
This was supposed to be the first Mario Tennis game.
Oh, I love Super Tennis. That's the technically the second Super Nintendo game I got, because my parents got me the Super Nintendo. It came with the Super Mario World, your favorite game of all time, and they also got me a copy of Super Tennis. All right,
nice.
It wasn't Final Fantasy II, but it was Super Tennis, and I was like, I need to learn to love this game because I already opened it, and it turns out it's a really good tennis game. Like it's solid.
Nice.
Yeah.
But they have The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
You
that's one here as well.
You missed a couple crucial games. Breath of Fire 1, Demon's Crest. Breath of Fire 1 goes for a decent amount of money. Demon's Crest goes for a lot of money if you're trying to get an original copy of that. So that's pretty good that that's here. And then Joe and Mac 2, which I think is pretty good.
I don't think anybody's clamoring to play Joe.
It's a good game. It's a good game. And I think it goes for a decent amount of money. So
I think I have Joe and Mac. I think I have Joe and Mac 2, the original.
It's good.
I think I have Breath of the Wild. I don't have Demon's Crest 100%. I know I don't have Demon's Crest. I may have Breath of Fire. But those Breath of Fire and Demon's Crest are both RPGs, correct?
No, Demon's Crest. Well, Demon's Crest has
Breath
RPG.
Breath of Fire is definitely RPG.
Breath of Fire is an RPG. Demon's Crest is an action game that has RPG elements in it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Basically, it's Demon's Crest stars the Red Ahriman or Ahrimer from Super Ghouls and Ghosts. So the giant like red winged demon that's in Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts and Super Ghouls and Ghosts is the main character of Demon's Crest.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So we got we got over 40. We definitely have over 40 NES games. We have, and if you count, especially if you count the special editions where
right, all like the kind of you're super powered up. Yeah.
And I hope they do that for the SNES games. We have 20 SNES games right now. They also, they dropped a little nugget later on, not in the direct, but sort of, in the, I think it was a press release no, it wasn't a tweet, but I think it was like a press release for an interview. They will no longer be releasing 2 games every month. Because I thought when they announced SNES games, I was like, oh my God, we're going to get at least an NES game and an SNES game every month.
Right.
But we won't be getting that. They will, I guess, be putting out games whenever they feel like it.
Yeah, I wonder why they stopped doing that schedule, because there's still like the NES library is 700 plus licensed titles. The SNES is about that number too, maybe like 800 or so licensed titles, right? A lot of them are first-party titles from Nintendo, so there should be no licensing issues because Nintendo owns it. They have good rapport with third-party companies. Obviously, they've gotten some Konami games on there. They've gotten some Capcom games on there, so they're not at a loss for games to put on there, right? I don't think that's the reason. Wow. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. Like, do you have thoughts on why they would stop doing this?
Let me ask you a question. Well, first of all, I think we have a great value right now for $20 a year. And if you have
it's
Amazon
certainly helping.
Prime,
Yeah,
it's free. Right. Would you rather 2 games per month or even 4 games a month, and have a chance that it's games that you wouldn't even care about? Or would you just have them, rather than like, hey, it's been 3 months, here's another 20 games? Right?
Well, I mean, if they're going to go ahead and do that, quarterly, they're not going to do that though.
Quarterly, what if quarterly they put out, like 20 games, 10 to 20 games?
Well, let's do the math, right? So if it was 2 games, so they originally just had the one platform, which was Nintendo, right? Now they have Nintendo and Super Nintendo. Are we assuming that there would be 2 games per platform or 2 games total?
A month? Or
yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, whatever like frequency they were putting them out now, which is 2 a month, right?
They were putting out 2 games a month for that.
Right, exactly. So now that we have a new platform, the Super Nintendo, would we assume that they would put out 2 per platform per month?
Well, that's what we assumed until they said they weren't.
Well, okay. So then if we do that, right? So that's like technically 4 games a month, right? And there's 12 months, so that's 48 games in the year, right? Or what you're proposing is 20 games a quarter, right? Which there's 4 quarters. That would be 80 games. Obviously, I'll take the 80 games, but it's a massive dump of games per quarter. They would
have to take some games away if they did do something like that.
Well, they did say they were going to do that they were going to be swapping games in and out. They've said that for a while. They haven't taken anything off of the Nintendo Online platform yet, which is great. But I feel like eventually that's going to happen, and maybe you're right. Maybe they will start doing the 20 new games every like quarter and kind of putting in fresh content. So then I don't know. Then I don't know. I would probably not want to lose anything, and I would take the 2 games per. I would take the 2 games per month, even if it was just 2 games and they split it, one on Nintendo, one on a Super Nintendo, right? Because then you're guaranteed.
Well, if they want to make the Nintendo Online service even better,
Yeah.
you can be sporadic. Say, hey, this quarter we're putting out 10 games, right? We're going to put out 10 games. And then the next quarter, we'll put out Yoshi's Crafted World or Yoshi's Woolly World or we're going to put out a newer game for you guys to play as well. Mix it up a little. Right?
Yeah.
And then next year, on the 2-year anniversary, now we got N64 games that you love.
Yeah. I mean, anything they can do to put more value into the service.
Well, I'm just happy that they didn't make it like a tier system, which was rumored. Where it'd be like,
you would pay an extra $5-10 to gain access to the Super Nintendo library.
Yeah. All right. Well, I know you're paying $20 a year, but if you pay $25 a year, now you got Nintendo.
You could also get this. Right. So you're kind of paying for what you want.
So they also announced an SNES controller.
Yeah.
Which it looks like a Retrobit controller, but it's an official licensed Nintendo SNES controller.
Oh,
it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Looks just like the original.
It's a Super Nintendo controller. Yeah. So we haven't got any hands-on with it yet, so we don't know how it's going to feel. I'm assuming. Go ahead.
You got to be a Nintendo Online, just like the NES Joy-Cons. You have to be a Nintendo Online member to order it. I think it's $29 or $39.99. You can order up to 4. It's not on sale as of yet, but I think they'll put it on sale at some point at the end of September, and then it'll come out in September. And it'll come out in December, just like the NES Joy-Cons. Mind you, this is not an SNES Joy-Con. This is just a wireless SNES controller that works with the Switch.
Right. Because I think we kind of talked about it before. Like, there's no way that you could attach an SNES style Joy-Con to the sides of sides of the Switch. Right, it's just not gonna fly, given like the way it's shaped and the style.
Because of the L and R buttons at the top, having it as a Joy-Con would be problematic unless you sort of made.
You'd have to have Joy-Cons on like the side of it, right? Just like how the Joy-Cons are now, which would be a little bit weird.
It'd be a little bit weird. So all right, well, but it will. But they'll have. Actually, it'll have. It has all. If I'm not mistaken, it has all 4 buttons. It has L and R. And X, XL, and XR, smaller buttons next to the L and R, if I'm not mistaken.
XL and XR are new. They weren't on the original.
I know. But I think now they have it on here too.
Oh, interesting. So you could potentially use it. Well, it doesn't have the analog stick, so you couldn't really play Mario Odyssey on there. But yeah, interesting that they have those.
All right, let's move on to Smash Brothers. You knew they were going to have Smash Brothers as part of the direct because we need to know what special characters when we're going to get Banjo. And I predicted this. I tweeted this out on IGN when I asked for people's predictions. I said we're going to get Banjo today, the day of the direct, and we did. Banjo-Kazooie is out.
Yep.
Now you can play with them. I haven't played with them yet. I will break open because I haven't played with any of the Dragon Quest characters yet. They came out in July.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna break that out for when I'm flying away on my vacation, when I'm on an airplane. I'm gonna play a lot of Smash Bros.
Nice. Yeah. The Dragon Quest hero, as he's known, is again another silent protagonist. He's actually really good. He's kind of unique. He's got a magic meter and all that. Super cool. It's kind of funny to play as him. Because he's got, I mean, you'll see when you play, but he's got some very interesting moves.
You used them?
Mm-hmm. I have yet to play Banjo. I haven't fired up Smash to get Banjo yet, but yeah. I mean, fantastic that he's here. And then they had to announce another Smash Brothers character, right? Because we have 2 left out of the 5 that they said.
Well, it was the worst kept secret. It got leaked about a week at a time. Right. And we got Terry Bogard from Fatal Fury.
Yeah, that's right. They had this nice little timeline of all the Nintendo consoles, and they went all the way up to the Switch, and they went back to like between the Nintendo and the like the Game and Watch, and then they went up to Super Nintendo, and they shifted to the right because when the Super Nintendo came out is when the Neo Geo came out, and they're like, gotcha, and I'm like, no, we knew.
I gotta be honest, I thought when they were going through all the Nintendo consoles, I thought they were gonna go back even further. They'd be like, we're gonna get some obscure Nintendo character from like the 70s.
It's gonna be the weird like grab hand thing that Gunpei Yokoi put out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was gonna be that.
No. So, Terry's awesome. He's basically the flagship character. It's Terry, Andy, and Joe. They were like the three main good guys of the Fatal Fury series. Terry's iconic. He's got his red hat and his red leather jacket and his jeans. He's obviously a brawler. Uses his fists. So,
but now
he's not a sword guy. I love my sword guys. But
we can have Terry versus Ryu.
We could have Terry versus Ryu.
Terry versus Ken.
That's right. Not since what was it? SVC Chaos, right?
Yeah.
SNK versus Capcom, the crossover. Haven't had one of those games in ages, so now we have them in Smash. That's pretty nice. I am not mad at this announcement. I'll say that.
I'm cool with that. And then I thought maybe we would get the next character revealed, the fifth and last character revealed. They still haven't revealed it. However, they did say when we do get a reveal for that fifth character, that won't be it. That will not be the end of it. We will get more Smash characters.
Oh, yeah. Surprised and yet not surprised. If that makes sense.
I'm very surprised, and now I'm lobbying for Goku. I'm sorry. Come on, Bandai.
I mean, we have 6 more chances. Goku would be a great fit.
You could play for the first time ever Goku versus Ryu. Everybody wants to play Goku with
That's
Ryu.
what's the dream matchup, man. It's the dream matchup.
Everybody wants to Goku versus Terry. There we go.
There you go. The fact that they're saying that there's 5 more new characters. Well, that there are new characters coming. Doesn't surprise me because what this allows Nintendo to do is to keep the game in the zeitgeist, right? It keeps the game fresh because now they have another potential year of more DLC, right? I'm suspecting 5 more characters for the next year. Well, I mean, it makes sense. 5? Oh, I 100. It's going to be enough to cover the year, right? That's the whole reason they're doing it, in my eyes, is to keep the game fresh, is to keep the game coming back to Evo, is to keep people buying these games and buying the DLC, right? It's been a gold mine for Nintendo. It's been fantastic. Sakurai has all these great ideas for characters. Everyone's clamoring for all these characters. Like, there you go. Find a way to fit them in. Like, it makes sense to me.
I think it'll only be 2 or 3 new characters.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be 5.
Maybe.
I think it'll be like 2 or 3, and at the end of the year, next year in 2020, when everyone's talking about whatever new blockbuster games are coming out for the new systems for the Prime and the 5, I think they're gonna say, "Hey, you want Smash Brothers? You can have Smash Brothers with all the characters already unlocked."
Smash Brothers Ultimate.
The Smash Brothers Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, and everyone's gonna buy it because you're gonna have everything on the disc. It'll just be there.
I don't know about everybody. I know I'm gonna buy it. Everything's gonna be on a cart. I know I'm gonna buy it.
Oh, the cart. Yeah. Of course. It's sure, 100%. So this is like, it's gonna be like.
By the way, don't want to cut you off. I'm looking at the schematics for the SNES wireless controller. It does have the ZR and ZL.
And the ZL. Wow, interesting.
ZR and ZL. Yes, they are smaller, right towards the middle of the controller.
Interesting. It's got to be for like system menu stuff and kind of navigating the menus and all that, I bet.
Probably, or you can
Maybe map other things to the
true.
buttons. Who knows? You know.
So technically, you could play any modern game with.
Well, I mean, there are no analog sticks, though, right?
No, you get the D-pad. Will it work?
You have the D-pad, but
it probably worked. It probably wouldn't be.
You're not going to be able to play Odyssey.
You're not going to be able to play. You're probably not going to be able to play well, but you can play.
I don't. How do you move the camera around? One moves the head, one moves the feet, typically. I don't know. I'm actually kind of curious to try it, but I don't have much faith in having it work with modern AAA titles.
So, and last about Smash, people are going crazy that the new Undertale, not a playable character, but skins, character skins of San in the game. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, it's pretty solid. Nice to see Undertale represented. Even just like a costume skin, which is like kind of nice.
That's awesome. And when I say that the direct was padded, or it was a little bit long, Sakurai, after the direct and all the announcements, sort of had an in-depth, because he loves doing these in-depth demonstrations with all the characters. Yeah. So he had an in-depth thing with Banjo-Kazooie and show you how to play the game. And the funny part is during the stream, or during his playthrough, he kept saying, Banjo-Kazooie is a great character. You should go back and play all the games on Xbox.
Interesting.
He kept saying Xbox.
Interesting. Nintendo must have been like, no, don't say that.
No, they had everybody in the background laughing.
That's funny.
That's probably one of the. You never know. That was probably one of the deals they made, where it's just like, well, you got to tell people to come play.
Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe you got to get that. You got to get that cross promotion in.
That's probably why everybody was laughing. All right, they talked about Pokemon. Now we're not the biggest Pokemon fans.
Surprise!
But I am psyched for it, and I listen. Let's Go Pikachu. I gave a couple of hours into that. I tried. I even played with the Pokeball.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it got a little repetitive. I kept fighting the same players, same.
That's what the game is. That's what the game is, Dan. You got to grind your way to the top.
Kept capturing the same Pokemon over and over
again. Yeah, you got to grind your way out. I mean, you eventually do get other Pokemon, but yeah, it takes a little bit to get there.
I wasn't ready for the grind, no. But I'm probably gonna get Sword. I'm definitely going to try to get Sword. But they had a new trailer. You can trainers are customizable. They had made a big thing about making curry. You can make curry.
Yeah, rice. I was getting some Breath of the Wild vibes. No.
Yeah, no, definitely. Me too. And then they sort of showcased 2 new Pokemon.
Yep.
And I never really get excited because a lot of the new Pokemon look a little generic to me lately.
They're also
what
half of them aren't even like animals anymore. Like they're supposed to have animal counterparts, right?
Yeah, but this one is a little different. Well, one of the new ones is a little different. It's a ghost in a teapot.
Yeah, not an animal. Not an animal at all.
Well, maybe he's a ghost of an animal. Who knows?
It's weird. Yeah, so this ghost inhabits like broken teapots or whatever, and then like that becomes its shell, like it's a snail or something. And I'm like, all right,
it's interesting.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's the best I can say about it. It's interesting.
Interesting. Then they talked about Kirby. So we got a new Kirby, Super Kirby Clash. It's a free-to-start multiplayer action game where you have your choice of picking one of 4 Kirbys, and you take down tough bosses. So, just like, I guess, Tetris 99 in the sense that it's free to play for now, and I guess you want to customize your Kirbys, or if you want to, have new Kirby skins, characters, Kirby powers, you have to, they'll charge you for it.
Yeah, like, the model where Tetris 99 is the base. I mean, in this case, the multiplayer option, which this game is multiplayer, is free. And then they said later on, they're like, oh, here's a single player DLC, which we'll charge you for. And then there's like other modes that you can pay for. And, they even actually talked about Tetris 99 like just after this. But I think with Super Kirby Clash, there'll probably be like an offline mode where you can play with bots, or there's like maybe like some sort of like boss rush mode that's like single player only that, you could like pay for. So there'll be this part of the game most likely is always going to be free, and then they'll have other stuff that, they'll make you pay for. So,
and then
it looks super cool, right? I thought it looked pretty cool.
Well, I like the other Kirby game that came out earlier in the year.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't beat it. I mean, it's super easy, super repetitive. I love when it's just like when that Kirby game, you can sort of you have your army of Kirbys, and they're pretty much doing all the work for you. And that's what makes the game super easy, because it's like you're not even really beating the boss. Your Kirbys are, but it's meant to be super easy, just like Yoshi's Crafted World. They should have a harder mode on them for people who want to challenge. Just saying. See, I go both. See, I don't discriminate.
Hey, at least you're fair. At least
the game is true. I'm fair.
At least you're fair.
Yeah. But I'm probably gonna pass. I'm gonna download it. And not play
I gotta at least try it out.
Just like I downloaded Tetris 99 and didn't play it.
Oh my god! You gotta play it once, man.
I know you're all about Tetris 99.
It's great.
And look, they did a great job with Tetris 99. I love the concept. For other people, not me.
Well, now they have an offline mode, Dan. You can get the offline mode.
But Tetris 99 was in a direct.
Yeah.
I know you were excited about it. They have a new update.
Well, I mean, I'm excited because this wasn't like the last one necessarily, where they basically had single player mode for, I think, like $10 or $15 or whatever. And that was kind of an offline mode. You could play against bots, which I thought was cool. I didn't mind the online mode. Actually, I quite enjoyed the online mode. I still haven't gotten the number 1. I'm number 2. It's the best I can do, which is sad because I thought I was better at Tetris, but that's besides the point. So now basically there's new free content and there's new paid content, right? So one of the things is there's a whole new tier of opponents. So you need to beat the multiplayer mode, so you have to come in first. And then if you end up coming in first, then it unlocks like an even harder mode. So it's like the best of the best playoff together, right? And then they have another battle royale. So you have to beat it. You have to at least come in first once, and then you can get into this new mode, which I thought was kind of cool. And then there was also like a bunch of new skins and themes and whatnot, which you can get, which I think that may have been part of the paid download. I don't know if that's necessarily part of the free part of it. But you can skin it to look like the Game Boy version, and they have a ton of different like skins for the game, which I thought was like kind of cool. New icons and whatever else, like just kind of some nice little extra stuff. So it's good to see that they're still supporting it, because I thought it was just going to be free battle royale and that's it. But no, I mean it's it's pretty nice.
Then we got Deadly Premonition 2 was announced.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be exclusive to the Switch, but they announced it, and they also dropped the original game is coming to the Switch as well.
The first one was pretty bonkers, Dan. I don't know if you played it.
I haven't played it, but I remember that the review scores were all over the place. Some outlets gave it a 10 and some outlets gave it a 2. So,
yeah, it's definitely not a 10, and it's definitely not a 2. It's like a 5 or you loved it. It's like a 5 or 6. Dan, the voice acting is terrible, and the story is bonkers, right? But it has some charm to it, I watched the Game Grumps play through most of that game, and they were just having a blast with it because it's so ridiculous. So if you have it, and I bet you do, I would definitely throw it in and play for a little bit, even just for like an hour.
I definitely have it. I
Yeah.
I would try it. It's a part of the big backlog. That's what happens when you're a collector. You have a huge backlog that you'll never catch up on ever in life.
You can't play all the games. I'm sorry.
You can't play
GMG, like you always like to say, grown man gamer. Too much. Not enough time in the day.
Then we got Game Freak's new game, Town. It was called Town. I think this was announced way years ago, right?
It was at least over a year ago, I think.
Yeah, it was just that was a working title, but now its official name is Little Town Hero, and it's coming out October 16. It's a budget title because it's an RPG budget title, but it's budget title only because I'm assuming everything's going to be in a town, right? You're not going to have a big map where you're going all over the place. But I'm sure if it sells well, then they will expand it to maybe, Little Town Heroes 2. You'll be able to explore the world. And it'll be a full $60 game. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think because it's a budget title, it'll be eShop only.
Right. And I think that kind of makes sense. It'd probably be like 30, maybe $40 at most. Probably like $29.99. It's like kind of neat. It changes up the core RPG game mechanics, right? Typically, party together, go out in the forest, you beat some monsters up, you gain experience, you beat the end boss of the game, right? You travel the whole entire world. This is set in one particular town, and you have to defend that town from monsters that are invading, and you have to kind of help out your different town members, and they have different needs and wants, and I think it's like kind of neat. Even though it's like a budget title, like I'm in on this for sure.
I'm all in for Luigi's Mansion 3. I don't want to hear anything else about this game. It's coming out next month. Don't tell me anything else about this game. I'm already sold. What
do you want them to put in the direct? They need to have something in the direct. We need something.
We don't need something. Just say, hey guys, get excited for next month. It's coming out.
So we're gonna have a 2-minute direct.
There we go.
Is what you're saying.
I'm all for it.
Oh.
Well, we got a new mode. They announced a new mode where you have 2 to 8 players can compete to battle and capture whoever can capture the most ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you can have up to 4 Luigis, different colors, and 4 Gooigis. Which is still weird to say.
Yeah, it's very weird to say. It's very weird to say. So this is like you're out. I know you're not excited because this is multiplayer specific. So.
But you could have 2 switches, and I think they say like 2 switches and 8 Joy-Cons to do it. So not excited about this because I'm not going to play it.
Right.
I'm definitely
we can play it head to head. I mean.
I'm just excited about the game, and I want to play the game.
I don't think they've spoiled anything about the story mode, at least.
Well, no, they did say that they switched up the levels, right?
I mean, they definitely showed some different environments, which was kind of cool.
Then we got into the ports, and we knew this was coming because everybody's trying to port to the Switch. There was a leak about Doom 64 a few months ago.
Fantastic.
Right. So but that's made official. Doom 64, the N64 port. First time this game has been anywhere else other than the N64. It's been stuck in N64 for years. This game's coming to the Switch. Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, and Jedi Academy are coming in early 2020. Mm-hmm. This is good on Disney, trying, coming back, getting Star Wars back in the zeitgeist. I'm just ready for the Knights of the Old Republic to be remastered or ported at some point to obviously the new Xbox. Maybe that's a launch title. Maybe that's
one can only dream, Dan. One can only dream. I wonder what stake Microsoft has in it, because they did own BioWare at that point in time, right? And it was an exclusive to Xbox consoles, at least. It came out on PC too, but console-wise, it was exclusive to Xbox. So I wonder how that all kind of plays in, if they have any stake to the license.
And we got Assassin's Creed Rebel Collection. That's Black Flag and Rogue.
Yep. These are solid. Black Flag's like my favorite, man. It's still the
Black
best
Flag
one.
was your favorite, and people thought Rogue was a solid game. Both of these came out at the start of this generation, and Black Flag.
Well, Rogue
came out because Black Flag came out for PS4 and Xbox One, and then Rogue came out on 360 and
Well,
PS3.
Black Flag is also on the 360 and the PS3. Black Flag was cross.
It was cross-gen.
Yeah, when Rogue came out is when Unity came out. Unity was next gen
Oh,
only.
yes, that's right.
Right.
I forgot
and
about
they decided, yeah.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Unity, they decided to bring out Rogue just for PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah. Which Rogue, like you said, I think apparently is a pretty good game. I own it. I haven't played it. Unity, hot garbage. Unity not good. Lots of problems with that game.
Listen, I don't need the faces to be exact. It could be just
it's nightmare
eyeballs.
fuel.
Okay
It's nightmare fuel, Dan. It's like you're in biology class looking at the inside of a human.
Well, there you go. Well, you know what? You learned something while playing Unity.
Oh yeah, I learned how not to program video games and put them out early.
You learned some biology. You learned
Yeah,
some biology. You learned
that's a
about
harsh
the
lesson.
anatomy.
It's a harsh lesson in game design, Dan. I did not need to see that.
I've been waiting for the next Wii U port. I'm like, come on, let's get another Wii U port. We haven't had a Wii U port in a while, right? So
I know.
Now we're getting it. Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Wii U game, being ported to the Switch. I mean, it's gonna have some new. I think it's gonna have like a new level and some new dance songs and stuff like that. Not excited. I wish they would have did Wonderful 101 with Platinum, right? Come on.
Yeah, there you go. There you go to bring it all like full circle, right? Yeah.
And then we got another port. We got a Wii port this time, and they ended it with a Wii port, and it's Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition.
Yeah, pretty solid. I mean, definitely great that it's coming out on the Switch. I think a lot of people may have missed it, or
they missed it for good reason. This was it had low stock when it first came out, right? So it was scarce, and then GameStop was opening packs and putting it on the shelf and selling them as new, which they still do.
Whoa! Go back. Say that again.
GameStop was opening the game, unsealing it, opening the game, taking the disc out, just so they can have the box on the shelf. And then
that's what they do anyway.
And then it's selling it for like $70 because it was scarce. I mean, it was still selling it for $70.
They were selling it over retail?
I think it was like $70. That's what the whole controversy was. Yeah. Did you not hear about this? Everybody on YouTube is talking about this. And I remember that. I slightly remember that too. Dan,
this was like 10 years ago. Forgive me if I don't remember this story. This was well before the Rated G podcast.
I remember this. I remember them selling it. I remember them selling it for like $70. But I honestly, I wasn't really big into gaming at that point, and I didn't care because I was like, this is not like a platformer or shooter or anything. So I don't know. It doesn't,
Dan's not interested, so he's
really
doesn't matter.
I do remember the controversy. over Xenoblade.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to look up the story after we get off the mics. I'll tell you that.
But they ended it with Xenoblade Chronicles. I think they would have ended it with Overwatch. If it wasn't leaked. Yeah, because that's like pretty big, even though it's a couple of years old. And I know we had talked about it off the mics. You kind of brought up a good question, like, is it still popular? Is it still going to bring people to the yard, so to speak? I think so. Does it have milk? Is it has milkshake?
Yes. That is the reference I was going for. I was making a Khalees reference, yes, to bring it back to 10 years ago. It's solid. It's not Apex. It's not the new hotness, but we already have a bunch of stuff on there, right? We already have. We have Apex, right? We have Fortnite. The missing piece. We have even PUBG, possibly. The missing piece is Overwatch, right? That's like the last competitive team shooter that we're missing, I think.
Oh, wait. So I found a story from Kotaku back in 2013, and the article reads, "Why is GameStop charging $90 for Xenoblade?" Mm-hmm. Because that's in line with the marketplace value, they say.
So this was pre-owned copies of the game.
They restocked copies of the critically acclaimed Wii RPG and was selling them pre-owned because they were opening them up to put them on shelves for $90 a pop.
So they wanted to have them on display, which is what they do with their games, right? I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Am I wrong?
Opening. I think they were opening new games. The problem was they were opening the game instead of selling it brand new for $60. They were opening the game, selling it used for $90.
Oh, so they were trying to skirt the issue because the manufacturer retail price is technically $60, and you can't sell it over the suggested retail price. Is that right?
Yeah, brand new, obviously. So
right. If it's used, you can technically sell it for whatever you want because it's secondhand. Wow, that's kind of interesting. Okay, maybe I don't fall in line with that. Yeah, I don't know.
That was crazy.
That's kind of weird. Right. But that's GameStop for you. So,
Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, what did you think about the Nintendo Direct overall?
We definitely talked about this off the mics, and I think your opinion falls in line with the internet in general. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was
okay. I know people panned it online, but I thought it was okay. SNES.
I mean, I don't know what people were
expecting.
Game
saved it for me, I would say.
Uh-huh. I don't know what people were expecting.
Too. I want to see Breath of the Wild 2.
You're not going to get that.
Give me another teaser.
If you thought Breath of the Wild 2, you were going to get anything about that, you were deluded.
Tell me Goku was going to be in Smash Bros.
I mean, okay. Look, the Terry thing was spoiled. The Overwatch thing was spoiled. The Super Nintendo games we knew were coming, but you could say the same thing about N64 technically, right? We know we're going to eventually get N64 games. I mean, I think it's inevitable. It's just a matter of when. I was happy that they had a bunch of drops that they're like Super Nintendo games and you can get them today, and Banjo and you can get them today, and Kirby Star, the free Kirby game online, you can download it today, right? Like that was kind of cool, right? I think that's a big thing that people were missing, is that not like here's games that are in the pipeline like a Breath of the Wild or a Metroid, but like here's games that you can get now. I was like, awesome. I'm going to boot my Switch up and get all this like free new content or get all this DLC stuff for Smash. Like I was excited for it in that respect. I know like the Pokemon stuff I didn't really care about, so that didn't really appeal to me, but the rest of the stuff I thought was pretty solid. That's just me though. Maybe I'm the outlier here.
You know what? Maybe I do it to myself. I get hyped when it is a Direct. I'm expecting it to be E3 level size.
You can't.
I know, but Nintendo's been killing it lately with the Switch, and I've just been so excited when we got a Direct tomorrow. Oh my God, it's tomorrow. I got no time to let it sink in, right? I'm just all these predictions are going into my mind, and then it hits, and then I'm disappointed, right? Because they never let you just. They never let it simmer. There's a Direct in an hour.
Yep.
So, I thought it was okay. Okay. It's not bad, like the internet says. It's okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay.
All right.
Something that actually happened right after Direct. There's, they announced a teaser. It's a teaser trailer. With a woman with a round rubber ring. It looked like a small hula hoop. With, I guess some pouches on it that look like they fit, and then some schematics were found online for sort of, I guess, what I'm going to coin as Joy-Con fit. Right, we got a first exercise peripheral for this Switch.
Yeah, like why was this not part of the Direct?
Because no one's excited to exercise with their Joy-Cons.
Well, no one was excited about the Direct anyway. You might as well put something new in there at least.
Everybody was excited about the Direct. It was rumored.
No, I mean excited for what they saw in the Direct. Like, and this is like it came out almost immediately, maybe like the day after, right?
Well, look. Well, first of all, if people weren't excited after the Direct, I think they would have blamed this thing if it wasn't a Direct.
Well, there you go. Everything else would be that much better. You'd be crazy about the curry, and you wouldn't care about this like Joy-Con Fit thing.
So, do you not want to play? Do you not want to, play the Me Fit amiibo character with the Joy-Con Fit, the new hula hoop, rubber hula hoop?
I don't know if it's a controller like that. I think it's just there for the gyroscope and the sensing and all that stuff. I mean, by all means, I think you penned it, and that may even be the name, Joy-Con Fit. It is very much from the teaser. It looks like an exercise machine.
Well, we got $80 cardboard. Why not have an $80 rubber hula hoop?
Dan, that's way too much money.
Come on,
way too much money. This has to be like $30, $40, maybe.
Oh, come on, cardboard. $80 for cardboard. It's going to be expensive.
It's specialized cardboard, Dan.
Okay, well, this is specialized rubber.
I mean, yes, it's gonna have the Nintendo seal of approval on it. It's gonna be a whole big thing. Yeah. I wanna see if you can use this. I want to see if you can use this with Smash, like you're actually suggesting. Can you use it with the Mii Fighter?
When I saw this, I thought this was the what was that thing, that round thing we had with the Sega Genesis? That was terrible.
Oh, the activator?
The activator, yeah. When I was a kid, I saw it in the magazine. I wanted the activator, and they had the backpack.
Oh,
I forgot the name of that one. I know. Angry Video Game Nerd did a whole Christmas episode with all the peripherals.
Oh, it's terrible.
I know, but as a kid, 12-year-old me was like, I want that because I want to play Mortal Kombat. I want to be doing the punches myself.
Yeah, no. Of course, the dream that they sold you is not the actual. It's not the actual experience that you're gonna get. And for anyone who doesn't know, the activator was a octagon, I think, and each point on the thing, if you activated it by putting your hand or your foot over it, would act like a button press, I think, or some sort of command. And the idea was like, well, you want to punch with Johnny Cage, you punch to the front left, or you want to kick, and you put your hand to like the back left or whatever it is. And I believe that's what it was, and that would correspond with it. And then on top of that, there was a whole chest vest that was supposed to like interact with the game. So when you got hit, you would hear it and feel it. It was trash. It never worked properly. It only worked with a couple of games. Yeah, it's really weird.
All right, but let's end. We're talking about former Nintendo of America president Reggie Fils-Amis, who I greatly miss. Doug Bowser. Still, I like him.
He's not bad. He's not bad.
He's not bad. I do like him. I want to see more. I want to hear more. I want to see more of his personality. But Reggie will always be in our hearts. And as he has gone off in the sunset, no, he's not dead. He's still alive. Thank God.
You keep doing it like he's not here anymore.
No, he's here. He tweeted he's going back to school, but no, he's not going for a degree because I'm sure he already has one. He's going to teach, and his official title will be Leader in Residence.
He's teaching at Cornell University.
I don't know what the hell.
Great.
Well, I don't know what the hell that means. But his title is he meets with students and leads discussions centered around leadership, capitalism, and service.
Yeah, that's interesting. So he's going to be at Cornell University at the Dyson School of Applied Economics and Management up in Ithaca, New York, upstate New York. It's a good school. It's
a great
awesome.
School.
He's certainly going to bring his business gaming acumen into the collegiate world.
It's an Ivy League school. I mean,
yeah. No, Cornell was great. I would love to have Reggie as a teacher. That would be fantastic. Well, we wish Reggie all the best in his new endeavors, and hopefully he can enlighten a new group of teenagers, young adults. And we're gonna close out this episode. That's episode 183. That is in the books. Before we go, guys, just remember that our contest is still going on. We did drop a secret word in this episode, so if you missed it, go back and listen. If you didn't get last week's secret word, go back and listen to that episode. That'll be 2 entries that that you can put in for a chance to win Link's Awakening, the remake on the Nintendo Switch. If you guys want to interact with us, and we know you do, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. And you can always email us at info@ratedgforgamers.com. So please listen, like, rate, review, and subscribe. And as always,
keep gaming.